There are lots of things that I love about the game 33 Immortals after playing the closed beta, which is still active as of the time making this video, but I want to share here those things that I disliked about the game, and there are quite a few of them. So first of all, regarding, again, this might change, but when I look about all the different perks that are available, which, I don't know, feels limited, and then again, there's no classes here. Basically, you choose a weapon and you have this unique co-op attack with the weapon, and of course the different mechanic for the weapon. But again, if you then look at the mastery, for example, there aren't a lot of things. It seems like when it comes to depth of upgrading and finding some interesting loot, there aren't a lot of that. So every time making this video, there isn't any skill tree or something that give you more depth to play around with, and part of the fun for me in games like that is play around. But again, it's a roguelite, so many of the things you actually lose on the way, and you just get to keep some. So maybe I'm a bit a Diablo junkie, but the thing is, this is a roguelike, so it is like that. Many of the things you're not gonna get, you're gonna leave behind. That's fine. But I just wanted maybe something more extra to have that you do get to keep permanent. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is that when you walk through the map, there are sometimes, because people get into doing the cursed chambers, I think that's the name. Anyway, the chambers, sometimes you find yourself with a group that if you don't communicate, somebody goes into certain directions, and sometimes there are not many players playing or cooperating. And because the game is so co-op tight, which is great by the way, it feels like there are lots of situations where it's kind of RNG. If you get, the option to get into a group and they play well together, or if you get a chance to get inside the chamber or not. And eventually, this leads me to some awkward moments that aren't really fun. But when I am able to play with others and it works well, it feels great. The third thing is that when it comes to attacks, you have the regular attack, heavy attack, and your ability, and also the co-op option. Kind of ultimate, let's call it like that. And because there aren't skills, you don't see skill here, right? The dwarf with the skills, there aren't really a lot of things you can actually do, which becomes a bit stale pretty quickly, because you don't have lots, let's say, skills, for example, to use, which can be very fun if it was, and maybe some things related to it, so you can create interesting builds. It feels, again, pretty much limited. Now regarding boss fights, I don't know, boss standing in place, I mean, it looks nice visually, but overall it's just like some AoEs on the ground. Really doesn't, I want it to move, I want something interesting. And look at that, it's just odd, weird. Same goes to the second boss. Again, just the boss fight didn't feel exciting. I mean, at first, yeah, because we reached the boss, but when I look at it now, I mean, nothing exciting. The other thing is, when you get into the world, you're gonna find yourself sometimes, that you get into very quickly into the boss because you just joined another group online, and it happens so quickly that you aren't even ready yet for it. So it's not like a group gets inside and together, they progress together, and it can of course works sometimes well, but there are situations where it doesn't work well and you are pretty much behind. Again, on the bright side, you can join a group and you're going to find a group that is actually playing and you can join them. Good for those who don't have a lot of time, but again, sometimes some situations you feel like you're kind of left behind, especially if you're lagging behind or don't have enough time to actually create a nice build to fight a boss. But basically speaking, again, sometimes I also find that most of the time it's just about you performing well with what you have, basically with the attacks, and where you use the co-op well, which is nice. But again, because it's lacking, after some time you just feel pretty repetitive. Now, having said all that, the game is still in early access and they might open up new features and more things down the road, alright? I'm just saying, as of now, it feels that I'm pretty much exhausted my fun with this game pretty quickly, although when I did, it was a peak, it was amazing and really, really satisfying. So for me, it feels more kind of a casual type of roguelike game that made very, very well when it comes to co-op, but I just wanted more. Again, even now with what we have, I wanted the game to feel more rewarding. and more control over, maybe more variety, so I can control more over the build that I'm actually using, rather than feeling that not a lot of things feel very, very important. I'm not talking about Diablo type of drops, yeah, I'm just talking a bit more than what we have now. So yeah, so these are the things that kind of felt a bit off for me as of the time of making this video, and again, is of the closed beta, but I do expect for things to be improved based on players' feedback, and I'm sharing mine. Thanks for watching.